Good afternoon on this Father's Day 2020. Gotta excuse the hair. Don't forget we're still in COVID lockdown. Old Samuel here is without a barber. I'm growing my hair back long anyways, and it's going to go through an ugly stage. So there it is. I'm in the ugly stage of letting the hair just go back the way the Lord originally intended it. I want to wish all of you fathers who have your children with them happy Father's Day. But I'd like to have a little chat for all of us fathers out there who aren't worth their children. For all of us fathers who never had that opportunity because that was taken from us. In my life, I've had 4 children. 1 survived. The reason 1 survived is because her mother and I had her. That was my late wife, Jill. And we had our beautiful daughter, Rihanna. Prior to that, I had been married once before. Prior to that, my first wife, along with a lot of adultery, also became pregnant. I imagine from me. I'll go with from me. Never know, because she decided to, through the use of herbs, to kill my son. She miscarried it, and he was developed enough to be able to inform me right after she flushed toilet and came out of the bathroom with crocodile tears that she had just miscarried a boy. I didn't know she was pregnant. That's when I looked around in the house and started realizing that we had a ton of a particular herb of which I will not name because I don't want anyone getting the idea of doing such a thing. Then after that divorce from adultery, I went on kind of the typical selfish, stupid lifestyle that folks of my generation, baby boomers, did. I had a girlfriend, and we've been together for about 8, maybe 9 months, somewhere in that range. She came up to me one night at the bar after work, says, hey, because I hadn't seen her for about a week, wondering what had happened. And she said, that's right. She was, I wound up pregnant. Yeah, with twins. Don't worry about it, because I had an abortion. I took care of that. We don't need that. In both of those incidences, I was not asked. I was not told, informed. I had no say. My wishes as a father were non-existent. People talk about the right of a woman to have an abortion. It's her body, her choice. It's not her body that she's killing. And in 99.9% of the cases, us fathers are never asked, never considered, not even by law, by nobody. So then years later, I meet my beautiful, beloved wife, Jill. We get married. Never have I known anyone. She was the love of my life. come to find out we're expecting our beautiful daughter, Rhiannon. Rhiannon Rose. And from the onset of finding out that we're expecting, along with our joy and everything, first it starts with the doctors. Because I had, as a child, heart condition, that surgery, at the time experimental surgery, fixed when I was 6 years old. And because of, I had an ancestor that had or died of this, and she had an ancestor that had and died of that, they immediately wanted to start doing all kinds of probing, stabbing, poking tests on our unborn child, or as they said, the fetus. They didn't say the baby, the fetus. It's just a lump of cells. It's not really a person yet. It's just, And they kept poking, and they kept using scare tactics and trying to frighten both of us, and really started working on Jill. Where finally, here Jill was. She's way out there with the belly, as a beautiful pregnant woman should be. And they've gotten her so much where our doctor sent us to a specialist. We sat down across from the specialist, and the specialist really started laying it on real thick on how they needed to be able to take this long needle, shove it inside the side of my wife's belly, suck out embryonic fluid to test and see if there's any problems with this problem or with that problem. They can go in straight through the lining and stuff like that and go and operate on our child and fix whatever the problem is without even, they're talking Down syndrome, they're talking deformed hearts, they're talking all kinds of shit just to scare the hell out of her and scare the hell out of us. And the only thing stopping them was me, the husband, the father, because I had dug my feet in. You said, you shall not do any of this. Well, they had this young female doctor pushing this stuff. Jill's got tears coming down her eyes. She's scared to death. And she's looking at me, almost begging me, please, agree to this so we can. So I finally looked at him and said, I'm going to tell you what. We can do it. You can do it. I will allow you to shove a needle into the side of my wife, the mother of my child's belly, into what God had created, because you do not trust God. I will allow you to do this. Go in to suck out embryonic fluid to violate my wife's body and threaten my child's life. The doctor looked at me rather astonished. It's suddenly like flipping a switch. I would agree to this. My wife, Jill, even looked at me like,